We're going to start today with some Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through our sinus cavity. A cyclical breath as we round down, reaching our hands forward into our child's pose. Rolling forward onto all fours, feeling a nice strong connection through the abdominals as we go into cat and cow. Exhaling into flexion, inhale into extension, and 2. Rounding through that spine. Inhale. Make sure you're not hyperextending your elbows or putting too much pressure on your knee. Engage the core as you shift one arm and one leg away from each other. Rounding through the spine as you exhale. Inhale to lengthen and exhale round for 2. 3. Make sure you're not locking your elbow or sagging in your supporting shoulder. Reaching the arm and leg away from each other. The hips will unsquare, re-square, extend, rounding through, nose to knee, and gently release out of this gorgeous stability exercise. Opposite side. Find that strength in the arm and in the abdominals to support the spine as you move through this fun and gentle exercise. If this is too much weight on your elbow at any point, go ahead and place your elbow on the floor. But be sure that you stay nice and connected through the core. If you do this, you won't get as much extension, but it should feel really nice and good. Returning, inhale, extend, exhale, round, and extend, recover to our beginning position. Nice strong connection through our core as we extend, opening up our chest, rounding through the spine. Feeling that luscious movement through our vertebrae. It should also feel really nice in your shoulders. As we press down, we're going to face that nice connection. Inhale, exhale, moving through the hips, getting a full movement through the body. Go ahead and replace those hands down, reaching them out, sweeping the arms behind you. Get a little bit of opening through that sternum. Reach the arms back forward, strengthening the upper back, and pressing back into your downward facing dog. Rolling forward again, taking a full spine mobility. As you inhale, as you come into extension, exhale through flexion through your downward dog. As you should feel that nice stretch through the backs of the legs. As you inhale, reach one leg up to the ceiling, circling the leg, really waking up that hip. If this is too much range of motion or pressure on your hip, you can go ahead and keep that knee bent. We're all going to bend our knees and come forward into crescent lunge, twisting open towards our front leg and right back forward, opening up into a gorgeous side lunge, opening up through those inner thighs and opening up your hips, extending the arms as you switch, feeling that nice connection. Go ahead and recover to a crescent lunge, taking your hand, reaching back towards your hip, finding that extension. Go ahead, cartwheel forward, extend the leg as we return into one-legged dog, moving through into downward facing dog. Take a moment as you reach the opposite leg up, circling that leg. And again, feel free to keep that knee bent if you would like. It should feel luxurious in your hips. You're going to go ahead and reach it up, bending that knee and thread through. And you may need to adjust as you extend up into that gorgeous crescent. Take a twist towards your front leg and right back up, cartwheeling those arms as you open into your side lunge, opening up through that hip, switching to the other side, opening the arms so you get a bit of chest opening here. Should feel really nice. Reach that arm overhead. Go ahead and cartwheel right back to that first side up and twist in your beautiful opening position in that crescent lunge. Get a little bit more of a chest opener here. Taking a nice inhale, exhale, cartwheel forward, tuck that knee up and in, extend the leg long, getting that gorgeous stretch, and moving through and up into downward facing dog. Should feel really nice and a bit luxurious in those hamstrings and shoulders. Lift up and down, pressing through. Step or jump to the front of your mat, sweeping the arms up, opening through that sternum, feeling that nice pec stretch, sweeping the arms all the way down by your hips, reaching back up. Coming here, little side to side movement, clasping those fingers together, and try to really anchor your legs away from the direction you're reaching. So you feel that strength through the inner thighs. We're going to just take a nice forward fold, halfway lift, and we're going to get ready for a nice crow pose. Go ahead and press those fingertips down, feeling that strength through the body, feeling that nice hold, nice core connection. Go ahead and open back up those hips, stretching to one side and then the other. As you take that nice, again, forward fold, you're going to feel that nice release, halfway lift. Sweep the arms behind you, gather them over your head, and open up that chest. It should feel kind of like you're just waking up every single part of your hip. We're going to go ahead and lift one leg up and extend. And if this feels a little bit challenging, you can always bring your hands out to the side. You can see I am a little bit unsteady myself. And extend backwards. Go ahead and reach towards that opposite leg. You can bring your hand to the floor as you forward fold, getting a bit of a quad stretch as well as a hamstring stretch. This should feel really nice. Extending that leg and slowly bringing it down as you take that again, reaching back, sweeping the arms overhead, nice deep inhale. And exhale, stabilize that core as you lift and extend. You can always keep that front knee bent, and you can also bring your focus to your back hand or keep your focus forward, whatever feels stronger for you. Keeping that front leg not hyperextended, but really grounded into the floor as you feel that nice strong position. Go ahead and grasp that back foot. Whoop. You can see it's a little bit of a challenge here as you reach that hand up, drawing the heel towards your glutes so you get that nice stretch. Whoop. It's a bit of a challenging one, but it feels so good. And today is a little bit of a challenge. Why not? We can always challenge ourselves. When you feel like you're ready, extend that leg long, and then you're going to feel that gorgeous stretch as you bring your leg back down underneath you. This time you're going to thread the needle, and you're going to just go ahead and it's going to tuck around. You're going to get a nice crisscross stretch, opening up your glutes, feeling that nice twist. Reaching behind you. Really ground both of your hips into the floor, and you'll feel a bit more of a stretch. As you round that arm over your head, you're going to go ahead and it's going to bring you right back to that nice lunge, just opening up your body. You can feel just a nice, lovely amount of stretch to that hip and quads and hamstrings. You can cartwheel that arm behind you, still opening up that chest, getting a lot of movement in this flow. Try to tuck that kind of your shoulder under your knee and see if you can extend the leg, getting a deep stretch as well as a beginning of a nice balance. Go ahead and recover that leg down, and you'll find yourself once again in downward facing dog. You're going to reach that other foot up. It's going to thread through into that beautiful lunge, just switching it, feeling that nice opening of the hip. It should feel really good. We're just going to twist right away. And take a nice deep inhale, bringing your hands through heart center. One more time. And you're going to reach up and take it as a twist this time. Really lengthening the spine, hugging the knee in towards your chest so that you feel that kind of long, lengthened spine with lots of support through your sit bones. As you turn back around, you're going to extend that leg back out, and we'll really get that luxurious opening through the hip. As we kind of lift our front foot up a little bit so you can get down underneath that hip. You might find one side is more flexible than the other, and that's no problem. That's kind of the same for everyone. As I bring my foot up and onto my shoulder, starting to work on that balance, bend my knee, extending that leg towards the ceiling, and sweeping my leg back down, downward facing dog. You can kind of walk out your dog a little bit. Nice stretch in the shoulders. We're going to head into some nice tricep push-ups. So you're going to bend your arms, trying to place the top of your head in between your hands, just keeping that nice connection. If you need to bend your knees, please feel free to do so. Gorgeous stretch, rolling again, finding that nice snaky stretch through the spine. It feels so good. And I'm just going to come into a headstand. So you're going to bring your hands a little bit closer, and you're going to reach towards your ankles. Now this is totally can be done with your hands still on the floor. We're all going to bring our hands to the floor anyways and tuck our knees in as we come into our headstand. Now, if this is outside of your wheelhouse, you can just stay practicing that nice downward facing dog. We're going to just go ahead and return. See if you can press up, back almost into your crow, just like we found earlier. Replace those feet once again, opening up your hips for a nice deep squat. Feeling that nice reach. Go ahead and stand up through those legs, grounding your legs, opening the sternum. Sweep your arms around, feeling that nice twist. Whew, and feel that gorgeous reach through the body. Really getting a little bit more mobility in those shoulders. One more time, we're just going to come down and we're going to open up those hips. Kind of pressing to each side. Should feel a little bit like you're finding a little bit more opening. And then right away to the other side. You're going to find that nice strength. Reach the hands down. See if you can find a little bit more strength. If this is too much, you can always place a yoga block underneath your hips so that you can feel a little bit more of a grounded position and it's not quite so much on your calves. Because if you have a little bit shorter Achilles, this can be quite challenging. You can also take a yoga mat and roll it up underneath your heels to give you a little bit of support, or you can lift your heels and to see if you can get a little bit more challenge in that balance. You're going to just reach forward one more time, walking out to that downward facing dog. Really feeling that nice length through the spine as you come forward, opening up that chest. Your back should feel like jelly, like you've gotten so much more work. Opening up those hands and legs so you can give yourself a little bit more connection as you find just traditional push-ups. Now, at any point, feel free to drop down to your knees and take this as you need this. Try not to let your head drop to the floor. Once again, nice press back to downward facing dog. You should feel a nice kind of warmth in the body at this point. You're going to once again reach one leg up, really getting that stretch, snaking that leg through. Gorgeous, opening that crescent lunge, kind of luxuriating in that hip stretch. Extend the front leg, getting a nice hamstring stretch. Now, in this, you really want to try to square your hips. You can go ahead and drop the leg down, and you can take your split. Now, if you are working towards your split, take it. Otherwise, you can stay in that triangle pose, still really getting a hamstring stretch. Feeling that nice connection through the body. You can bend your back knee if you're working on opening up your quads in your splits. This should feel both challenging and delightful. Extend that leg out. See if you can keep those hips nice and square as you press. I always find this part challenging, that sweeping back up of the leg. Opening out through the body as you find Wild Thing. You can reach to the ceiling, or you can reach the hand back and over your head. Otherwise, we're going to sweep back around, coming right back to our gorgeous one-legged dog, and feel that nice pressing through the body. And once again, finding ourselves in downward facing dog. You should feel a gorgeous amount of stretch through the body today. This is a particularly challenging series, I find, especially because it challenges my stability and my flexibility. I'm really finding that gorgeous opening, not just sinking in my low back, but still using my abs to protect my spine as I come to that nice, beautiful forward stretch. Now, if this is as far as you want to go today, you can hang out here, no problem. Otherwise, you're going to go down a little bit deeper and you're going to start to open out into that stretch, feeling that nice opening through the hip. You can see I have my back leg extended with my foot flexed. It gives me a little bit more opening in my hip flexors, which feels really nice, especially if I'm preparing to bend my back knee, because it will open up that a little bit more before you try to bend your knee in. If you are, you can feel that nice pull, and you'll feel your quads and your hip flexors on the leg behind getting a little bit more of a stretch. And just kind of feel this nice release through the body. Extend the leg long. Extend the body, lifting the sternum to the sky, pressing back. I always find this a little bit hard as I bring my leg up and find that beautiful flow, and find yourself once again in downward facing dog. Really pressing those hips to the ceiling and opening your shoulders. Should feel like your body is just a lot more open than it was a few minutes ago. You can step or hop forward to the front of the mat and just kind of take a little bit of a shake through through the whole body, kind of relaxing. Feel free to bend your knees at any point. You're going to extend the arms towards the ceiling, and you can reach them up, or you can start to reach your arms back and towards your head. Taking that up and through, release the hands, come down through heart center, reaching up as you inhale here, sweep the arms around. You're going to feel that nice connection as you inhale here, sweeping the arms behind you. It's almost like you're making a pizza and then you're throwing it behind you. Like pick up a pizza and throw it behind you. I'm finding a little bit more extension each time, but you don't have to. Once again, coming through heart center, finding your grounded mountain pose, finding your gorgeous Ujjayi breath. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Feeling that nice stretch. You're just going to lift up, feeling that nice connection. Once again, see if you can lift those toes up. Whoop. And if you're a little sweaty, it can get a little bit harder. As you take that nice deep inhale here, release, exhale. The sweatier you are, the more challenging I find this particular position. I always feel like I'm about to fall. But you really want to use those core muscles as much as you can to keep that nice support. You can see my elbows are a little bit more bent, and that also gives me a little bit more of a shelf to put my knees on. As I press back, and we're all going to find ourselves back again in downward facing dog. Last few times, we're just going to roll through those shoulders, feeling that gorgeous mobility through the spine. We should see that our spine has a lot more movement now than it did at the beginning. Just go ahead and fold down once again, moving gently through the spine as you inhale. Find that extension, exhale, quieting the body down as you start to find that just a little bit more of a gentle movement through the body. Inhale, exhale, roll through, finding that nice connection. Exhale, once again to all fours, finding our beautiful cat and cow. Just finding that gentle mobility through the spine. If this is too much on your wrists, again, you can shift your weight backwards so there's a little bit more weight on your heels. We're all going to make our way back into a very gentle child's pose. You can see my knees are a little bit open so that I can get my chest a little closer to the floor. Roll all the way up. And once again, you're going to find that gentle breath. It's Ujjayi, breathing through the nose like a waves, cyclical, in and out. Bring your hands through heart center. And again, reaching up and exhale, hands to forehead. May our thoughts be kind today to others. And one more nice deep inhale, hands to mouth. May our words be kind and full of love for each other. I hope you've enjoyed this workout with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.